What's up, guys? Starting a new build today. We've got some treats on the table. This is a set of SAB 683 millimeter 3 blades going on an XL Power Specter. Currently, Blackout mods framed Championship Edition Specter, but we got two new packages from XL Power we're going to dig into in this video. This is the 3-bladed tail conversion. This is the very beefy, stout, heavy feeling package of the 3-blade rotor head I'm excited to dig into. And shouts out to SAB, who sent me custom blades. So this is a set of the 3-bladed tail rotors in yellow, which you currently have to order direct from SAB. I haven't seen them in stock anywhere else yet. And shouts out to SAB, check this out. They also had a set of what they're calling B surface, really minor paint imperfections, maybe some like finishing imperfections near the root here, but these are also great. They sent me these B surface blades for free, even before I'd even ordered another set. So shouts out to SAB. These are gonna look great on the model. The yellow really matches the yellow in my Spectre canopy really well. So with that, let's dig into this 3-blade build and see how we do. Quick closer look at the packaging for the 3-blade head, and you'll notice there's a QR code. That's where you're gonna find the assembly manual. All right, let's get cracking. All right, here is what is in all the bags of the main rotor head. We're gonna kind of go through things. All right, first, you get some nice blade washers that have the insert so they stay put when you take the blade out, which are great. Super thick feathering spindles. Everything in this kit, I gotta say, looks really well machined and really beefy. Here are the palm dampeners that'll go in the main rotor head block. There is a set of linkages that you'll need to replace the ones in the stock kit. There is a extremely beefy swash plate. Feels really nice, up to the usual standards. These are just bags of thrust bearings and whatnot for each of the 3 blade grips. I don't want to bust those open until I install them. Super beefy blade grips. Super stout, really well machined, not a single burr on any surface, super smooth, feels really good in your hands. So 3 of these. 3 of these blade grip arms. Obviously, make sure you take all this apart. You got to get Loctite on every single bit of this, including the swash plate. None of this is pre-done for you. These parts in this upper corner here, these are parts of the counterweighted follower arm. So it's a single follower arm that kind of sandwiches the main rotor head, and it's counterweighted so that there's no wobbles or vibrations introduced into the system. And then last but not least, look at this thing. This is the oh so beefy main rotor head blocks. Beautifully machined, single piece, ridiculously strong feeling. Certainly been lightened where they could. But I mean, you could throw this off a 20-story building and you'd probably just dent the concrete. It feels that strong. So all these parts in their individual state feel really, really strong already. So I have no doubt that once assembled, this thing's going to be great. All right, I'm going to dig into the build. If anything's a little funky, I will be sure to stop and film it and show it to you. If not, we'll next see you when all these pieces are all together. So making some good progress on the head. So swash plate wise, just be sure you take all of these balls out and get some Loctite on those. I did check these 3 bolts on the bottom. Those all were Loctited already from the factory. So the swash plate is now good to go. The head is super straightforward. It's just a matter of sliding those pins through the access hole, the spindles through the access hole, coming through, pulling them taut, getting the O-ring towards the center, followed by the palm dampener, and then spacer, putting all your thrust bearings in each blade grip, and then tightening down the spindle bolt. The single follower arm with the counterbalance is pretty cool. It also features the longer of the 2 bolts is a pinch bolt that'll help grab the main shaft as well. So I think we are ready to take the head and the swash and go ahead and put them on the Spectre. So that's the next step. Still have to build the linkages. Yep, leaving that step for last because not my favorite. All right, we got the 3-blade head all bolted on. We've installed the swash plate because it is different than the stock. We've got our counterweighted follower arm installed here. There is a pinch bolt in one side of these. Make sure you get that nice and tight as well. And also the 3 pitch links here as well. So with that, our 3-bladed head is ready to go. Pretty straightforward build. I will say I did add a tiny little shim in here. It felt like all 3 of these were a little bit tight for my liking. I like it when it moves just a little bit freer. So I went ahead and put a tiny shim at the end of each feathering spindle, just to give me just a little more length on that spindle so that this fit wasn't so tight. It felt like it was just a little bit much. We'll see. Maybe it's overkill and I'll end up taking those out. But for me, that was the only thing I did that was any different on the head. Other than that, pretty straightforward build. Only thing is that instead of the feathering spindle going straight through the head block, there's 3 of them coming through each of these. Super straightforward. All right, onto the tail. All right, we got all our tail parts laid out here. We've got our thrust bearings, spacers. We've got our 3 little feathering shafts that all go into this sort of 3-way head block piece here. None of this is pre-Loctited together. Some of it is pre-assembled, so do make sure you break all this down. We've got our pitch arm here. It's pretty cool looking. Pitch slider is not reverse threaded, so it will thread in the traditional way. Do make sure you get some Loctite carefully on these threads here without getting it into bearing. Our blade grips had our radial bearings installed, one there, and then a loose one here that'll end up going in the stack with the rest of our pieces. We've got our little dog bones, as I call them. Updated tail shaft. Not sure if this is the same length as the stock, so I'm definitely going to compare it. It is also got the taper on it, so if your stock Specter doesn't have this tapered piece on it, you probably have to replace this shaft. I'm probably going to go ahead and do it anyway, just in case. Make sure I have the correct one in there. With that, let's dig into the tail build. All right, tail assembly is now fully mounted. A couple of quick things. The tail shaft for the 3-bladed head is the same as for the Specter World Championship Edition. So if you have the tail shaft with the tapered end that fits right into the head block, you can just leave the tail shaft on. So literally all you have to do is loosen the pitch slider, pop the 2-bladed head off, and work to install the 3-bladed head. No real challenges in putting the 3-blade head together. It feels very smooth, super simple to go together. And with that, the 3-bladed tail is ready to go. Oh yeah, one more thing. So XL Power does not include a 3-bladed blade holder in either of the conversion kits. I'm sure one will come with the ultimate kit, perhaps. But for now, this is an SAB one. I just cut a channel in it for the tail push rod, and it fits nicely.
All right, we've got Nick Wisdom with the FR Sky 18RS on the
Rotorflight arm.
newly released.
Motor on,
RPM.
1400 RPM.
back time.
1600 RPM. Bringing it up to 1900. Holy shit, this is fun.
of the 14. You might need to tune the low RPM bank a little bit more.
Disarm.
That's fun.
It's fun.
That's fun.
He says it's fun. I believe him.
Kelly, direct!